What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Simulation for the Nation, and welcome back to Oakfield Farm, where today we are just finishing up spreading a little bit more fertilizer onto some of our grassland that we'll be lifting for silage. We've just got two smaller fields left to do, and then we'll be good. Just gonna get this bag out of the way. Didn't think I had a hold of that one there. We'll try that again. Better. Lovely stuff. So we'll pull the JCB out of the way. We're in the case CBX again this morning. We'll get this all pulled up. We're going up the hill over to the far side of the farm here, where we'll need to get a few. Like I say, I've probably got about another 20 acres left to cover, and then we'll be good. And after that, we're going to head out in the fence here with the cultivator unit set up on it. So we've got the heavy discs there and the roller, but we'll get into that in just a little while. But for now, we need to just head on up to some of our new grassland, and we'll get that all treated with some nitrogen. The reason we're doing that this morning is because we're just starting to get into some good growing conditions, so we really need to get those all covered up. It'll allow us just to get a real good boost for the grassland. We need to leave it after that for probably in the region of around about, I would say we'd leave it for probably around another 5-6 weeks to get a real good kick and then a nice good crop to it. And hopefully after that we'll be able to get a good first cut of silage, and then after that again we'll need to put some more fertilizer down there just to give it a boost for the second cut of hay. At that stage we'll use a slightly different fertilizer, I do believe, but we will cross that bridge when we get to it. But for now, we're just going to come up the hill, up to the entrance on the left-hand side here, and we're going to turn in, and we've got field 14 here, which is just tucked around the corner. Alright then, let's get this fired up, and away we go. Okie dokie. Another lovely morning here over at Oakfield. The sun is shining, the views are great. Nice and warm, it's really heating up at the moment, which is good news. It's really starting to look very good in terms of growing conditions. We are still striving to push to get some spring crops in the ground, and we will do for the rest of today and tomorrow to try and get ahead there. At the moment we've probably got about half a dozen fields we really need to push on with. So we're getting into a bit of a rush, but we'll get everything covered, I'm confident of that. What a view. So how you all doing? Hope you're doing very well today. I will be, when we get back to the yard there, we have a new tractor that we're going to have a quick look at as well. The decision came in, so I went and saw Charles again, we had a quick chat, and we've been able to strike up a deal, and there's a new tractor in the yard, which is very exciting. And it's quite a machine actually, it really is. So we'll be looking, we'll go and have a quick look at that when we get back down to the yard. This field really shouldn't take too much longer to do. We've got a nice wide spreader here. GPS straightened up a little bit. That's better. Perfect. So once we finish this headland, we should be able to line up nicely, and we'll come in and we'll take off a huge section, I would imagine, with the width of this spreader. This is a 26-meter coon spreader, I do believe. So it's got plenty of output, great capacity on it as well. So when you're spreading things like nitrogen over grassland, it really doesn't take too long to cover some significant ground. Big welcome to all of the new subscribers who have come along to the Simulation for the Nation family. Welcome. Please do leave a message down below to let me know how you're doing, what you're getting up to, and what you do like to see, and we'll try and incorporate all of that as we go. When we get back to the yard, we are going to have a quick chat about our current situation here. There's a few we actually benefited quite well from the trade down of the Cat Challenger, so we've got a little bit of money left. I did buy this field just to allow us to continue to grow. As I mentioned there, I did buy this field, so it was allow us to continue our growth here. I think this field was in the region of about £70,000, so quite a lot, but worth it because we do need to up our grasslands we have around the farm. So we might have another option. We might try and look at a few different moves we could make, really, but we'll discuss all of those. We do need to prepare ourselves for animals, so we're continually looking to see if we can get enough land, see if we can to allow us to accommodate for our straw needs, for our grass needs, for hay, for silage, the machines to do all of those things. So we are continually trying to build here, and also the actual acquisition cost of the livestock, which is a significant investment from the start. So we'll just finish up these little ends here and then we'll head on back. We actually did buy a second field, just a small paddock. For those of you who may remember, we were travelling to and from the field we were growing our compost, or hauling our compost to. We didn't own the field we were driving through, but we did have easement rights, so we could have access. However, I decided to, and I contacted the owner, and we made the decision together that it could be a good move for us to go right ahead and purchase that field and take it off his hands. So we've done that. So we have 2 grass fields now. Now, if I bring up the map and show you, 2 fields in question we now own as well are 18 and 17. So we now have access into 19 and 21 as well, both of which have compost spread in them. We managed to hold down sufficiently high volumes that we could cover both fields, which is great news for us. So yeah, we now have 2 extra grass fields down there. If I close this, let's just have a look at our... We've got 72% left in our tanks at the moment, so plenty to go at. What we might go and do is head straight on down to those 2 fields. In fact, no, we will do that later. We'll go back to the yard and we'll have a look at our new machine first. That's more exciting. A quick rumble down the hill. We'll just park this up here somewhere for now. We'll probably have to get Barry out, I think, later on, just to get those other 2 fields finished up. As you can also see in these machines as well, we had a technician come out the other day and he fitted the CB radio into both of them, into this case and the Fent. And once we get the new, we're going to get him back in again next week, I think, to install it into the new tractor. So that's good news, we've got those on there. I like to have CBs in all my machines so that there is a point of contact throughout for all of my drivers. It can sometimes happen where you think you've got a cell phone, but then cell phone coverage can be a little bit insufficient at times, and we don't want to rely on that. So I'd rather always keep a point of communication for my drivers there. But we're going to head around the corner. We're going to have a quick look-see at what we've bought. Now, it's tucked away in here, so it's a beauty of a tractor, a real beast. Look at that. It was a surprise one on the pole. No one saw it coming, but it's sneaked in there. Obviously, I'm only kidding there. We do have a different tractor, but this I couldn't resist to pick up as well. We're gonna have a nice little yard tractor here. Probably put a brush onto the back of it, and then I'm gonna get a little bale spike for it as well, so we can move a few bales around. But yeah, great condition. Massey 135, looking immaculate there. Really, really stunning. So that is that's what we've got parked up there. That bucket's a little bit big, but we might have to find something else. But the tractor that won the contest is the mighty T7. We're looking at the T7 290, 288 horsepower, great machine, really stunning machine. It won. I'm going to pop up the graphic now of the vote count, but I think this one was actually 56% of the vote, or thereabouts. So it is a standout leader. So yeah, we've got a great new tractor here. We're going to pop this onto the drill, and we're going to get going with that probably either today or tomorrow. So very exciting to use it. Bought a new weight for it on the front just to improve our traction. But yeah, great machine. Look how proud it stands there. Really nice. So we're going to leave it there for now, but we'll certainly be getting that up and running in the not too distant future. For now though, we're going to head around the corner as always. We're going to pop into the Fent, and we're going to head off and do some cultivating in the Fent today. We're going to go into the second field on the hill. So if I bring up my map again, we're going to go up to field 19, where we spread our compost onto stubble ground. So that needs to be broken in a little bit before we drill into there. So here we have obviously the Fent 1050 Vario. We've brought on a huge 6 meter set of discs. These are quite an old set of discs we've had for a while here. Nothing too complex about them, just big rugged discs really. And then behind that we've got a set of rollers just to even off the bed once the discs have been across. The Fent should have no problem pulling these two things together. Really shouldn't suffer at all. But we're going to jump on in. As you can see, we've got the CB mounted. There was no real space to drop the CB in that would work, not even with the two vents up there. So it's tucked about the way there. It's nice within reach as well, but can't complain too much. I've got my back window open. There we go. Perfect. So we're going to head on over to the field, and I'll catch up with you when we get over there. Alrighty folks, I thought I'd just switch the camera back on for this potentially tricky little bit. We have got some pretty narrow lanes here, so it's going to be interesting. Let's turn off that. Particularly this corner here gets a little bit tight, so we're going to have to see how we can get around here with the little train I've got on the go. Hope that these discs don't catch the branches. No, we're looking okay. I feel sorry for any motorists I'm about to meet here if there's any along this road. It's not going to end pretty well for those guys, that's for sure. Oh, perfect. So fortunately we're not going into this field because that's ready to drill. We've got the top-down horse drill that we can work in there, because that gateway would be pretty terrible to try and get into with this unit. We're going to come just over the little stream here, and we're actually going to try and get into this gateway coming up here, which in itself is perhaps not the easiest. And wide there if I can without leaving it too late. I don't want to take the gate post off. Looks like we're doing okay. Front weight something. Perfect, so we've got a little bit of a climb here, but we're in. Oh, tree! So, up to field 19 we come. This is quite a large field here, so we're going to, looking forward to getting this drilled. As we just jump out here, you can see that we still have a thin layer of compost across all the field there. There's a tiny little bit in the far corner where we couldn't get to. We ran out before we got to that stage, but that's not too much of a concern. Overall, looking at quite light sandy soil as we are on the top of the hill here, so drainage isn't an issue. So we're going to set the discs away. It should be able to turn over the stubble sufficiently and also mix in some of this topsoil, some of this compost, sorry, into the top couple of inches, providing a nice tilth for the seed bed, really. So that's the aim of the day. We probably won't get all of this done today, but we'll get a good crack at it, that's for sure. So we'll head on up and we'll get ourselves put into position. Still never get tired of looking at the views out of the valley from here. It really is a very lovely place to farm. So what we can do now, we'll get ourselves into position here. We can just unfold our discs. Down there you go. So like I say, we've got a 6 meter train here. The rollers at the back there are also 6 meters. So it's a nice coverage. And it just gives us, the Cambridge rollers in the back there will provide a very nice little even tilt, like I mentioned there. Nice even compacted surface for when we come through with the drill in the next couple of days. All will be nice and even, but with a nice mixture of soil nutrients. But what we need to do before we get any further is just get our GPS up and see how that looks. Okay, so I want to change my AB line direction a little bit there, make it a little straighter. Yeah, we'll give that one a go, I think. See how that works out. Perfect. Just have a look. So before we go any further, everything is set up. We've got our discs down. Make sure we're not coming at too much of an angle. Everything looks good. Oh, the rollers are coming in behind nicely. Perfect. Let the train begin. Okay, so we had a few little issues there, but we've got ourselves all ironed out. Everything is working well. So now we've just got a whole field to go at. And nothing but time to hit it. So we are just going to keep working ourselves away here, and then we'll see how we can get on. Soil's nice and dry on the surface at least, and it has been for the last few days. We're very lucky with the rain, so it's working out well that we don't have any issue pulling this train. It can be a little bit of a weight to tug along this thing, so and usually, you know, you'd start to see that the tractor would dig in a little bit there, which is not what we want, but so far we're looking alright on that respect. We're going to get this little corner finished up here first, and then we'll make our way on down through the hillside. But yeah, we're doing well. Okay, so we're going to keep plugging away at this. We'll see how we get on over the next hour or two. We should be doing alright there, but we'll keep working away, and we'll come back to you and have a catch up, see how it's coming along as we kind of progress over the hill there. What's up, everybody? We're back here. Just thought I'd come out and have a quick look at the cultivated texture. I believe this is a new texture specifically for Oakfield here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it does look fantastic as usual. The compost texture as well, even on top of the stubble here, looks really good, as you could see there as we look at it in a little bit closer detail there. A nice good covering. Again, we're making nice progress here. It's a little bit heavy ground there, but not stop us pushing on through. What I'll likely do with the new format of videos we're going to be bringing out, which will be a little bit of an update on, we're going to, every 2 days or so, we will be bringing like a whole time-lapse sequence whereby we just kind of show you large fields that we're working through here. We'll just put a time-lapse up and we'll be able to keep tabs of the progress we make as we're working. But for now, we're going to just carry on progressing through here. We'll get as much of this field covered. Just thought I'd touch on as well, for those of you who may have been hiding under a rock for the last few days, we're just beginning to start seeing some signs of what may be to come in the future for FS17. It was a very interesting look into some new animals that may or may not be arriving, with some equestrian and perhaps a little bit more deep dive into the breeding aspects of sheep and pigs perhaps. We're waiting to see, but it does look like we're going to hear something coming up in the next few weeks with some more press articles following a kind of a press launch really over in France, or in Le Havre. So do keep an eye out for that, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of us who are detailing that, documenting what's happening over the course of the next few days, weeks, months, as the news is kind of drip fed into us. For now though, however, I am just going to continue. We're going to keep plugging away as always. Let's get that tied up at some point, but yeah, we're going to keep plugging away here, and then it will hopefully aim to get this field finished up today. Very much looking forward to bringing out the new tractor on the back of the drill, on the front of the drill. Get that put into work in this field, and you can see the field just through the trees there where we spread the compost. That's ready to go as well, so we've got some ground ahead of us, got some work we need to do there, but we'll no doubt get it all covered. In the meantime though, I'm going to leave it here. We are going to just keep plugging away, as I mentioned, work our way down across the valley. Thank you very much for watching. I have been Simulation for the Nation. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to slap that thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We will be bringing to you some more uploads across the weekend, I have no doubt about that, as we continue with Oakfield, and then I believe my friends over at the West Coast will be back from the holidays, so who knows what will be happening there as well, so keep an eye out for that one. Until next time, stay safe, enjoy what you're doing, but most importantly, happy farming.